up on AC 24/7, midterm elections are in full swing, and some key battleground states are in crucial times. And Mayor Eric Adams is changing the game as NYC makes history yet again with its first ever female fire commissioner. Welcome to AC 24/7. I'm Rachel Smith, in for Stephen Walker. Well, election season is in full swing, and campaigns are working for every vote. Some states are taking center stage, like Georgia, as Senator Raphael Warnock faces GOP candidate Herschel Walker. And the Advocate Channel's Omar Jimenez has more.
Midterm tensions on the rise in Arizona. Police making an arrest after a break-in at the campaign headquarters for Katie Hobbs, the Secretary of State and Democratic candidate for governor. Hobbs' campaign officials said earlier they believe the man seen here is responsible and placed blame in a statement on her Republican opponent, Kari Lake, and her allies for inciting threats against anyone they see fit. Lake refuting the allegation and suggested the Hobbs campaign was lying about the break-in.
Are you really buying that? This just sounds like a Jussie Smollett part 2.
Lake referencing the actor convicted of making false reports to the police.
This is our problem here.
In the Georgia Senate race, Republican nominee Herschel Walker back on the trail today. Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz stumping for Walker in a show of GOP unity in his campaign bus tour, all amid more scandal.
Herschel Walker says he is against women having abortions, but he pressured me to have one.
Hello there.
After another allegation that he paid for an unnamed woman to get an abortion in 1993.
I am coming forward now because I saw Herschel deny the allegations by another woman who claimed that he had paid for her abortion.
Walker has denied these allegations.
I'm also having to talk about something called the Oz Rule.
Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, Democratic Senate nominee John Fetterman's debate performance intensifying the scrutiny on his post-stroke recovery. Fetterman acknowledging the performance head-on.
It wasn't going to be easy after having a stroke after 5 months. In fact, I don't think that's ever been done before in American political history.
While some supporters express concern the negative headlines will cost him voters.
He just seemed very uncomfortable with his answers.
And in Wisconsin, attacks from both Senate candidates heating up, with neither showing a clear lead in the polls.
He said that women don't like the laws of their state, like our 1849 criminal abortion ban, they can just move. Well, in 13 days, women of the state get to help move Ron Johnson out of office.
That's why I'm running again, is our nation's in peril. We're at a hinge point. And you've got one side that is pushing us down that road to socialism.
Midterm elections are on November 8th, and voters across the country will decide on all 435 House seats, as well as 35 of the 100 Senate seats. 36 out of the 50 states will also elect their next governor. Well, New York City is a place for trailblazers, we know, and now it's leading the way by naming the city's first ever female fire commissioner. New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced the new FDNY commissioner will be Laura Kavanaugh, who has been interim chief since February. In August, it was reported there were 141 female firefighters, the highest number in New York history. And the department currently has over 17,000 employees. Well, turning to entertainment today, everyone is talking about the new Netflix hit The Mole, and I got the chance to sit down with 3 of the finalists, including The Mole.
If I am lucky enough to stand on that podium with the money.
Good job, Will.
I can look every single person in the eye and say, I did every single thing I could to win.
Rachel, what's up?
I'm gonna say, way to represent, my friend. Way to represent.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
She was a hard one to figure out for a while, that's for sure.
But it was so important to me that understanding there's 2 parts of this show.
You have to be able to compete mentally and, make it to the end. But if there's no money at the end, there's really no gratification. And I was like, I was doing everything I could mentally to look suspicious and, be a player that people were worried about. And then I was also like, I want as much money at the end of this as possible.
I mean, do you have any plans because you won all that, the big cash prize?
To celebrate, we got to do something in Vegas. You're all invited. But no, I haven't really thought about plans for the money yet.
Welcome to a new generation of deception. 12 strangers will compete together with a common goal.
Oh yes, I'm here for the money.
Complete missions, get paid.
I came to be Dom Cruise. I'm trying to complete every mission impossible.
But there's one player with a secret mission.
The person you least suspect is the person you should suspect the most.
Sabotage.
I mean, you guys all did such a good job. Let me start with you, Joy. Were you a fan of the original series when it was back on television years ago?
I was a fan of the original series. My family and I used to love competitive reality TV shows. That's how we bonded. And, my mother passed away a few years ago, so unfortunately she couldn't watch me competing on the show, but I know she was rooting for me in heaven. But yes, all the time, we are fans of everything, all of the reality TV shows. So yeah, it was incredible.
Right now, it's pretty obvious. The mole's winning the game.
Have you ever doubted me?
I'm just looking at the camera, bro. I just don't know what I just saw, man.
It was a horrible start to our mission.
Voila, there's another 10K loss.
No.
Right now, I have a whole team of suspects.
I still have no idea who the mole is.
And Miss Mole, I have to ask you, that's going to be your new name now, Miss Mole.
Go ahead and change my birth certificate, huh?
How is this idea presented to you to be the mole?
So they actually asked me 3 times to be the mole. The first 2, I replied no. So being the mole is quite the opposite of my natural personality. And then the 3rd time, I said yes. And I said, my mom always told me you can do anything with time and resources. And I said, if you give me that, just give me time and resources, then I can do it. And so about a couple days before we filmed, I went in a deep dive, academic dive to prepare, and then we created something pretty special.
Wow. I mean, when I was watching the sled thing, I'm like, there's no way she's being too obvious. But then that was so smart because you were so obvious. I'm like, damn, it's like reverse psychology. Like,
That's such a real moment for all of us. You're literally watching the mole throw bricks of cash down a mountain.
And that's what messed me up. I'm like, there is no way my sweet Kazi could be the mole because it's too obvious. I'm like, it has to be Will.
Every single mission you've been in has failed.
Someone's going home tonight.
The mole is among us. Like, one of y'all liars.
I thought it was a very empowering message too, with all different kinds of people from different walks of life. I like that this was mentally and physically challenging, and it was so fun to see the show brought back in a modern way. So you guys, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So glad they brought back this show. It is so much fun to watch, and you can see it now streaming on Netflix. Well, finally, the Out 100 is officially here. 100 of the most influential figures of the LGBTQ+ community are being honored. The list is the most unique and diverse ever put together, from members of the media and Hollywood to social media stars. Cover stars include Ronan Rubinstein and Rafael Silva, as well as the old gays of TikTok. Love those guys. You can visit out.com for the full list of honorees, and they share their powerful stories. Well, thank you so much for being with us today for AC 24/7. For content that advocates for you, go to advocatechannel.com. You can follow us on all of our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Rachel Smith. Have a great day.